guys, it's Steve. I'm checking in with you on Steve the Bass Guy. I have a new setup, new studio, new wall, different location, and we're shooting new videos. So starting this year, I want you to think about your goals. What are your goals this year? I've been thinking a lot about my goals, and it's always been to improve my playing and how do I get better at what I'm doing. So really being meticulous and thinking about as I work through my concepts and my ideas. Stretching out your hands, working through scales, understanding scale chord relationships, being able to play through jazz tunes, being able to play through blues tunes. And there's a lot of blues, jazz, rock music that's out there that's going to really challenge us. And I want you to think about how you're challenged. In the comments below, let's talk about this year. Let's talk about, well, what are my goals? What are your goals? My goals are to play more. I want to be out more with a variety of different styles of acts. I've done the jazz thing, done the prog rock thing, done the cover thing. How else can I get out there and get myself better acquainted? And that's my goal, is being better known out there amongst my peers and wider spectrum of peers. Maybe you're thinking the same thing. Well, how do I get out there? How do I achieve that? Well, how do I network? Networking is a hard thing to do, and I can tell you that Facebook does not network for you. It doesn't do it. It's a way to communicate. However, the best thing to do is to go to the gig or to go to other people's gigs. Definitely support the scene. The other option is if you are out there and you're thinking, well, there is always jams. Jams are a great way to network as well. It's a great way to get your name known to other musicians in the style that you're playing. It does work, if you're thinking about it. How do I get out there? I would say that it's definitely something that you want to consider as somebody who's trying to break into a scene. Because scenes are always hard, especially if you move from one location to another location and there's new musicians. The guitar shop is no longer a thing. It doesn't really exist. So how are we networking and meeting other musicians? Well, it seems to me that the jam is kind of the thing that's kind of supporting that. I know in my area, there's a number of guys that are doing the jams. Now, they might not be the network of guys that you want to hang out with. I know in my location, John Canavo, who's a pretty well guitar player, has played with a lot of guys, has been hosting a jam, but the style of music is very, very old. It's older, not old as in the style of people that you'd want to play with, but if you're in your 30s, 20s, 30s, early 40s, you may not want to play with guys in their 60s and possibly 70s. So you might be, not that it's a bad thing, it's a good thing to grow from and to learn what they're putting out there. But the network of the musicians that you're looking for may not be there. So you really have to consider, how do I get out there and how do I network? I want you guys to talk about that. Let's talk about that in the comments below. Let's see if we can get a dialogue happening, because that seems to be the things that are missing from these days. Put out what you're doing, whether you're here, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in Asia, whether you're in South America. What is working for you, and how are you networking with other musicians? Let me know, guys. Let's continue this dialogue and this conversation. I'm Steve the Bass Guy. I hope you guys are having a great 2020. I know I am, and I'm just trying to put it out there. I hope you guys are too. Let's stay in touch.